It's time for the Local Roots Show. Let's welcome today's guest, Sig Paulson.
Well, thank you guys all for coming. Really appreciate it. So we've had a really heck of a year here. We had the third rainiest year on record in the winter, and a big, long, hot summer. Now the forest fires and everything. But I guess on Monday, this is going to start again, and we will have rain. Louisiana folks are tougher than a hurricane. Florida, the sun will shine on your brain. I hate to tell you this, it goes against my grain, but in Oregon, we got rain. Vermont's got maple syrup dripping from a tree, and they pick country music in Tennessee. Well, he better check a chair before you set. Oregon, we got wet. Montana's real pretty, got a great big sky. Don't look up here, you get water in your eye. Wanna know the many ways we are blessed? I'll just give you our short list. We got rain in the morning, rain in the evening, rain most all of the time. I'm so wet, my bones are rusted from this liquid sunshine. The Las Vegas sky's full of neon light. In Alaska, the sun stays up all night. There's interesting places all over the map. Oregon, we got damp. You've all heard about a Georgia peach. California girls laying on the beach. Here we're just hoping it all don't go down the drain, 'cause in Oregon, we got rain. We got rain in the morning, rain in the evening, rain most all of the time. I'm so wet, my bones are rusted from this liquid sunshine. Down in Texas, they say everything is big. Idaho, they got potatoes to dig. Minnesota's got a lot of lakes, they insist. Oregon, we got mist. We got fog in the morning, drizzle in the evening, showers most all of the time. My silver lining's come undone, it's leaking liquid sunshine. They're eating buttered lobster out in Maine. Hawaii's proud of that sugar cane. Won't beat around the bush, I'll have to tell you plain. Oregon, we got rain. Oregon, we got rain. Oregon, we got rain. Thank you so much. Now, for my next trick, this song is about when I was a kid, I just loved to listen to the radio back in the 60s, and I kind of had the thing glued to my ear. Then in the 70s, everything moved to FM, and I really enjoyed that. And the older I got, the less things I could find on the dial that I wanted to hear. Till they got satellite radio. And I still can find things that I want, but here and there. And I just thought, wow, whatever happened to that feeling, you know, that you had? I just love to go home, turn the radio on. And so this is sort of a lament of that. This is called Static on the Breeze. I need a new radio, one that turns me on, listens to what I want to hear and does not make me yawn. I'd like a new TV with less sad breaking news, one in beautiful living color, not bleeding all these blues. Oh, satellite. Send me beautiful signals, please. All we're picking up down here is static on the breeze. My telephone is not so smart. The bloody thing, it has no heart. When I try to reach this love of mine, it drops the signal every time. Sweet satellite, send me beautiful signals, please. All we're picking up down here is static on the breeze. My transistor's longing for the sounds of joy I hear no more. There's been an outage here somewhere. I kneel and pray for its repair. Telephone is not so smart. This static down here breaks my heart. This static down here breaks my heart. Hey! Thank you. Impetus for this song, I guess, was as a kid, I used to drive across the country with my parents. We would go from California back to Wisconsin, and we would see these signs forever. Wall drug, 98 miles. Wall drug, 96 miles. And I couldn't wait to get there because it advertised all kinds of stuff. And when I got there, you know, being a kid, there was a lot of things that I wanted. Mostly it's cheap junk. And I was thinking about it one time about how you, all these things that you want like that, you're really not counting on the fact that they're going to fall apart in a day or so and you've spent your money and lost it. And I was thinking about that as a young guy dating, and how dang, I was kept looking at the package and not what was inside. And so I came up with this song, which is called Broken Pride. And it has Wall Drug in it. Love went down in flames like Pearl Harbor, and the world's been shaped by a drunken barber. Chaos reigns on freeway lanes, can't find no interchange. They say when you're down, well, you ain't out. Can't sit around the house and pout, but ain't it hard to ride when horse's name is Broken Pride? There's a drugstore by the highway in the desert, selling dime-store junk to people passing by. How I wish to God I'd never stopped there, but the shine on that cheap tin always caught my eye. Well, now the sun is out, it got a pardon. Parole board says, boys, he's been a hard one, but he shines like me, mostly on a world where it'd like to be. There's a drugstore by the highway in the desert, selling dime store junk to people passing by. How I wish to God I'd never stopped there, but the shine on that cheap crap always caught my eye. Well, they say don't burn your bridges, don't break ties. Still you can't go back, no one denies. So I won't cease fire, I'm crashing through barbed wire with my wheels on fire. With my wheels on fire. Oh, with my wheels on fire. With my wheels on fire. Thank you, thank you. All right, this next song came from when I was working a day job, and Ozzy Osbourne was saying that what he does is not a job, it's a gift from God. And he was talking about that's not, shouldn't be called a job, right? So, but when you're working the day job, which is not the one that you really wanted to do, it does get old. And so I was driving down the street one day and I saw a little carousel of those ponies that they hook up and put kids on. And I began to feel really bad for that little pony. And I thought, wow, he's just like me. He's strapped to that machine, right? So it's called Parking Lot Ponies. In a salmon pink Olds 88, I rode shotgun and Mom didn't hesitate to drive me out to what I thought was the Golden West. Just a parking lot at a California strip mall, but I felt 10 feet tall. It hoisted me up on the back of that parking lot pony. My pinto stepped so sad and slow, but I was just too young to know I was riding the spirit, chained and bound and broken. No, I felt free and I felt wild, but the Marlboro man inside the child holds a snapshot of the Wild West now and thinks, man, how phony. And sometimes I feel just like that pony, as round and round I go. I never seem to get nowhere. But if I had the money, I'd buy that pony and I'd take him with me, and I'd saddle that refugee, and I'd ride him out through these asphalt plains and my gridlock mind, and through the acid rain to the place where we all lived before we took that ride. Well, there's pastures aplenty and a shady grove, and the wild run free and the herds ain't drove into corrals and turned into parking lot ponies. so happy up on that pony when they took my picture then. It was such a clear blue day, but it aged and yellowed and tinted the skies, and now it seems like I see through that pony's eyes. Well, I hope that he got pastured out while he still had the strength to know what he's about. Yeah, I hope he got to spend some time just running free. When that alarm clock rings and the news comes on, face our jobs again at dawn. Pray for the same for all of us parking lot ponies. Yes, about 6 years ago, I got the news that I had prostate cancer. And I had my surgery, and everything was hunky-dory for about 6 years. And then all of a sudden, my surgeon called me up and said, "We need to talk." And I knew what that meant. So then I had radiation. And everything's back to normal now. And hopefully will stay that way. But on my recovery from my surgery, I was just thinking about loss and who the true loser of that deal would be. And I guess it's everybody, right? It's not just the person who goes through it, but you have loved ones around you and they go through it too. And so this is a tune I wrote about that. This is called Rust and Roses. And it comes from a Zen saying, which is, nature works hard on rust, but she does the same to roses. First took up at a high school dance. Tanner was nervous as a pup, but he took his chance while the band was playing Shake, Rattle, and Roll. He kissed Lottie Taylor and she stole his heart and soul. Last night down at the Elbow Room, Tanner was crying and saying last call comes way too soon. He lost Lottie to cancer late last fall. Ever since then, Tanner, he don't want to go home at all. And he said angels come down from the heavens, live right here on earth. Some love simple men like me and give their children birth. Now she could smile and hold my hand. My heart was like a child at play. Why would God give me something like that if he's just gonna take it away? And I said, buddy, I got no answer today. I don't think anyone could tell you the next card God might play. But when the neon burns out, every barroom closes. And nature works hard on rust, but she does the same to roses. Last night down at the Elbow Room, Tanner was crying and saying last call comes way too soon. He lost Lottie to cancer late last fall. Ever since then, Tanner, he don't want to go home at all. Thank you. Thanks. I think it's important for people to tell the people that you love that you do love them, and that you don't just take things for granted. And this is a little song about somebody who took it for granted. It's called Secondhand Cares. Well, she's been like a fish out of water, wishing that she'd never ever taken his bait. And the little lessons that he taught her, she said they really sealed his fate. He thought he had her hook, line, and sinker, but he tried to reel her in too late. And now he's looking like a deer in the headlight, smoking like a gun at a crime scene, drinking like it ain't no tomorrow night, shaking his head and saying it's all a bad dream. He thought he was a pig that grew wings, but it turns out things ain't what they seem. 'Cause then he woke up and it was the world, and now he's wide-eyed, smelling that coffee, wishing he could take back the things he said. And he stares into his cup, but he can't see that girl no matter how he tries. 'Cause now she said she'd rather be alone instead. Yeah, he's whirling like a leaf in the wild wind, wondering where he'll land, wishing she'd take him back again. But he knows he's overplayed his hand. He never told her that he loved her. He figured she'd just understand. Then he woke up and it was a world, and now he's wide-eyed, smelling that coffee, wishing he could take back the things he said. And he stares into his cup, but he can't see that girl no matter how he tries. 'Cause now she said she'd rather be alone instead. Yeah, she reads him like a book. He blew his cover. All she wants him to do is let her be. Though he says he'll never look at another, she just shakes her head and says, get off your knees. Your second-hand cares are like second-hand clothes, they come off easily. Your second-hand cares are like second-hand clothes, they come off easily. Much too kind, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right, this is a song that I started out writing about Salem, Oregon, but it turned out to be kind of about any town, USA. Strip malls and Chuck E. Cheese's and things like that. So this is called This Town. This town is filled with tattoo and pizza parlors, fancy boutique hair salons where there used to be a barber. We got drive-through divorce, but convenience ain't cheap. They climb the ladder of success to stand on a big junk heap. What rises to the top It's not always a cream, sometimes it's just a guy who don't mind stepping on a dream. We got a weight loss clinic located right next door to Chuck E. Cheese. The average age has lowered on this obesity disease. We got country clubs and brew pubs, speed dating singles bars, and goth kids on skateboards who look like they're from Mars. The schools are overcrowded, outgunned and understaffed. Every man for himself will go down man-alive rafts. We got waitresses in the alley sucking on cigarettes, shooting a breeze. Every Sunday the horn rim born again are down upon their knees. On the outskirts, new subdivisions are always on the rise, reflected in the shrinking, fading, aging farmers' eyes. The economy is teetering and daddy's in distress. Get out your credit card, life is hard, princess needs a prom dress. We got fast food joints and coffee shops, karaoke Tuesday night, topless bars and muscle cars waiting for the light. The bookstore and the record shop are empty as my wallet. They'll fall for the strip mall, progress is what they call it. We bulldoze memories for the impermanent and new, but change ain't looking for a friend, it calls the tune we dance to. Now the Housing Association wants you to clearly understand, there's nothing quite as beautiful as beige and tan and bland. In a world where you can grow up to be anything you wanna be, for 6 figures we must hide our ugly individuality. So when your pride is itching like a bad mosquito bite, keep your nose clean and your mouth shut, and kid, you'll be alright. Okay, I'm going to take the headgear off for one song here. This is a little song called Dig Your Own Groove. And what it's about is, as you're growing up and going through different phases, you try on a lot of different hats, and some of them fit and some of them don't. And then all those little pieces are kind of what makes you up later on in life. But I believe if you just keep your soul naked, that you're doing okay. This is called Dig Your Own Groove. Last night I said with a whisper on my lip, there's a latch flare from a sinking ship. It was this cat I knew that was going down slow. He said, can you help me? I said, I don't know. I called up his doctor for a little voodoo. He said, I'd like to help him, but he ain't got no groove. Got him a leather jacket and a tight pair of pants. Got my older sister to teach him to dance. I got him platform shoes and a muscle car too. Penthouse apartment and a pet kangaroo. I was hoping the dude would someday improve, but when it was over, man, well, he still had no groove. Took out a cigarette and I lit it up quick. I taught him every one of my best guitar licks. I got him a gig at the Palace of Swans. Rolling Stones to go on and open at dawn. The freakers and the groupies were all pre-approved, but the seats were all empty. They want something with a groove. So here's a blindfold and a last cigarette. You're a dead man walking, you just won't lay down yet. Whoa, well now, I don't give up easy, now that ain't my style. I put on Thelonious Monk and I said, dig this a while. I read him on a road by Jack Kerouac, played Elmore James and Muddy Waters back to back. I took him to Paris just to dig upon the Louvre, but it couldn't hold the needle, there's a scratch in the groove. Took him to see the guru way back in the cave. It was a black light, lava lamp, spiritual rave. The guru gave us each some purple Jesus to drink, sang a medley of his hit, and then he gave us a wink. He said, don't do too much, you won't be able to move. Now run along and play, kiddies, mingle and groove. You can fool yourself, so let's cut the red tape. If you're thinking you're free, there's no possible escape. Yeah, well, I woke up in the morning, took a look in the mirror. Had to rub the foggy spot, but the image got clearer. There's that other cat staring me in the face. He said, you can run, baby, but there's no hiding place. These pop culture vultures might disapprove, but let your soul go naked and dig your own groove. Thank you all so much for being here. It really helps me out. And thanks to all the cameramen, volunteers. Thanks to Charles. Always does a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, and good night.
Well, she's been like a fish out of water, wishing that she'd never ever taken his bait. And the little lessons that he taught her, she said they really sealed his fate. He thought he had her hook, line, and sinker, but he tried to reel